Hey guys, this is Bhardas from Simplilearn and welcome to this video where we'll be telling you how you can install C++ on VS Code and Dev C++. After we are done with the installation, we'll also learn how to run a program on both of these code editors. So we'll start with Visual Studio Code. To download VS Code, let's go to Google and search for Visual Studio Code or VS Code. We'll click on this first link. This is the official web page for downloading the Visual Studio Code. And we'll now click on this download for Windows blue button. And now we'll click on download now. Here it is getting download, and as you can see, thanks for downloading Visual Studio Code for Windows. Once we are done with the download, we can click on this open folder. Here it is. Now we need to install this file, so we'll double click on this file. And this is the setup wizard. We'll click on this I accept the agreement. And we'll click on next. As we have accepted the license agreement, now we can select our destination folder or we can leave it as it is. But make sure there must be 293.2 MB of free space on that particular disk space. Now we'll click on next. Here we can again click on next. There is no need to change over here. And now you can click on this create a desktop icon button or anyone else as per your choice. Now we'll click on next, and now we'll click finally on install. It is getting installed. It will take some time. Now we can click on this finish button. Launch Visual Studio, we have marked it. It is already marked. So when we click on this finish button, it will launch the Visual Studio Code. So as we can see, this is the Visual Studio Code. So as we have installed VS Code, now we have to configure it so that the C++ programs can run in this code editor. So in order to do that, we need to add some extensions. So we'll click on this extensions button. Now here we will write code runner extension. We'll write code runner, and this is the extension. We'll click on this install, and it is getting installed. Here are some instructions. We can click on Ctrl plus Alt plus N or press F1 and then select type run code, but we'll deal with that later. Now we'll add another extension, that is C/C++. Here it is. We'll click on this install. Here we can see downloading Visual Studio Windows Debugger. It is getting installed, and I think it is installed now. So as we have added both the extensions, so let's move on and do a program of C++ in this code editor. Okay, so first of all, we'll create a new file. We'll go to file and click on this new file. Now in order to save this one, we can click on Ctrl S, or we can go over here and click on this save as. Now we can select the location, like let's keep it over here only. Let's name it as visual.cpp. .cpp is the extension which is used when we want to do a program in C++. Now we'll click on this save button. Now let's do a simple program to check whether the program is running on this code editor or not. So we'll include the header files, #include iostream. Now we'll write namespace standard. Now we'll write int main. Now inside int main we'll display a message, welcome to this video. Okay, now return 0. Make sure to save this after making changes, or you can click on Ctrl S, or you can go to file and click on this save. So once you have saved the program, now you can run it. We can click on this play button, it will run the code. As we can see in the output, welcome to this video, we can see. Here it is. So it means our program is working, it is running fine. Now let's do another example in which we will take the inputs from the user. So let's make a new file. We'll go to file and click on this new file. Now we'll save as and we'll write visual2.cpp. Alright, in this program we'll take the input from the user. So start with header files, #include iostream. Our spelling is wrong. #include iostream, after that using namespace standard. Now inside int main we'll take the inputs from the user. We'll display the message, enter the first number. Now using cin we'll take the input. We forgot to mention this, declare this n1 variable, so we'll write int n1, int n2 and int sum equals 0. Alright, here we have taken the input of n1, the first number. Now we'll take the input of another number by displaying the message, enter the second number. We'll write n2. Now we'll add both of these, n1 plus n2, and we'll display the result. We'll write end line so that it looks good. Alright, now we need to save it. We'll go to file and click on this save. Now it is saved. Now we can run this program. We'll click on this run code. Now in order to write the first number over here, that is, in order to write in the terminal, we have to configure the Visual Studio Code. And to do that, we'll go to file and we'll now go to preference, and in the settings we'll click on the settings, and here we will type run in terminal. Alright, now we can scroll down and here we can see code runner run in terminal. In my VS Studio it is already marked, but you have to mark this if you want to write in terminal or enter the inputs in the terminal. Alright, once you have marked this, you can close it and then you can Ctrl S, that is save, and then you can close the VS Studio and then open it again. Once you are done, now let's try to run this. So now you will be able to write the inputs, like let's say 4. The first number is 4. Now the second number, let's say 9. On addition it becomes 13, which is the right answer. So these were some configurations that you need to do if you want to run a program of C++ in Visual Studio Code. So as we have understood how to download and configure Visual Studio Code for C++ programs, so let's move on to learn how we can download dev C++ and run C++ programs in that. So let's go to Google and type dev C++. This is the first link. We'll click on that. Now this is the green button saying download. We'll click on that to download dev C++. As you can see, it is getting downloaded. Your download will start shortly. So now we'll click on download now. Now it is getting downloaded. It will take a while. The size of this file is 48.1 MB. So as you can see, the downloading is almost done. So the downloading is complete. Now we'll click on open folder. Here it is, dev C++ setup. Now we'll click on this setup. We'll click on yes. The setup is loading. So now here we will select the preferred language. It is English. We'll click on OK. Now we'll click on, this is the license agreement. We'll click on I agree. Now we'll click on next. We don't need to change this. I think the space required is 346.8 MB, and we'll click on next. Now if you want to change the destination folder, you can, but I don't want to change it, so I'll click on install. Now it is getting installed. It will take a while. It's done, and now we'll click on finish, and it is marked. So when we click on finish, it will launch the dev C++. So here we have to select the language. It is English, so we'll click on next. Here again we'll click on next, and now we'll click on OK. So this is our code editor, that is dev C++. So let's write a code. First of all, let's create a file. We'll go to file and go to new, and we'll click on source file. Alright, now we need to save this one, and in order to save this, we'll click on file, then we'll go to save as, and now we'll select the destination and name it as dev.cpp. Alright, now let's start with the header file, #include iostream. We'll do a simple program over here using namespace std, because we want to check that whether the program is running in this editor or not. Namespace std. Now we'll write int main. Inside int main we'll display a message, welcome to dev C++. Alright, after that we'll write return 0. Now let's try to run this. And in order to run this program, we'll go to execute. And now we'll click on compile and run. Here this is the pop-up. Welcome to dev C++. As we can see, this is the output. Now press any key to continue, it will close this window. So our output is correct, welcome to dev C++. So this is how you can run a program in dev C++. And our program was also working fine in the Visual Studio Code. So this is how you can download both of these code editors to run the C++ programs. And with that, we have reached to the end of this video. I hope you find this video helpful. Thanks for watching, stay safe and keep learning.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.